jumping back into this mess. Because we were swapping, so I was doing Grand Prix Knockout Tour, and we did a Knockout Tour, so Grand Prix again. I might use Bowser again.
Well, before... Now, because of the fans, it'll be a bit hard for us to hear, but something I've been meaning to bring up at this point, it's a well-known secret. Hover over Yoshi for like a minute and a half.
Yeah. He hums Totata song. Cut around.
Here it is.
Oh. Didn't hear him humming, but
I think he did it for like a second. If you need to, you can get footage of this with the fan off, and you can just edit it in later if you want to.
If I'm sitting here and I'm paying attention, because I can isolate audio better.
Well, it's hard to notice. Like I don't think you can turn off or turn down the background music.
It's the that's the problem, yes. Yep, okay. As always, though, I'm only going to show our successful attempt. So, failures get edited into a compilation to show ways I lost. So the footage that ends up getting used, you know I'm going to get the best rank, and then I can just show all the dumb ways I lost, because 150 can be really fucking stupid. I absolutely motherfucking hate Mario Kart! And I can't maintain my point, and it gets so tiring to try and repeat a point, because every fucking failed attempt at repeating this stupid point and having a discussion, I keep truncating more and more. A guy made a video that was trying to test the not drifting thing. Even though he was doing an extreme version of he wasn't drifting, wasn't doing tricks, wasn't trying to front run. And basically, in his video, he finds that it seems to be somewhat inconclusive. He finds that it seems to be somewhat inconclusive, but heavily favors that it's just a placebo, because people were like talking about that. Of course. Oh, that's it.
I think it got confused by the terrain.
Is it? A bitch.
And then it looks like that banana peel hit someone.
Good enough. Okay. Trying to maintain. Trying to talk. First of all, he was also doing Grand Prix, and people said, the doing this in the Grand Prix is harder by nature anyway, because in the Grand Prix, every course resets you, meaning you are doing multiple, like, races. And because every course resets you and you're doing multiple races, doing this means you're going to generally get less of an overall lead, because the Knockout Tour reason that this works really well, as you maintain, Knockout Tour is just one shot. Knockout Tour doesn't reset you. That is a single race. That's like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This, because everyone's grouped up again, my lead doesn't matter. I can't front run as hard because everyone resets. The Grand Prix, and it doesn't do it as well. First of all, because everyone is grouped up together, so you can't maintain a lead. You have to constantly, in the Grand Prix, get a lead so Mario Kart RNG can fuck you over more. Doesn't matter if the... Damn it. Of course, of motherfucking course. Damn it! Because it doesn't matter if the CPUs are rock stupid. Because everyone's grouped together. I went to land, but I meant to just cut across the fucking desert. And try to maintain my point. No, to be fair, everyone's right here, because it is. Throw it. Mario Kart, and if I get... Of course you took my double items, of course you did! Dead. Basically... Except it's too fucking tight, because it fell behind, because in the Grand Prix... I'm gonna have to get fucking lucky to do this. Oh, damn it! Push out a belong. Actually. Blue shell. Red shell though, doesn't matter. I lose. Fucking lose. Just quit. I might be able to ask for it, but I don't. Fucking don't. Actually, man, right now, let me get the items I need to do this.
You need like a mushroom. Actually, oh!
Never mind! Hammer time!
Mario Kart is bullshit.
Well, CPU slow down! Because that's the bonus!
I'm talking about the items you get.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know the items you got for the Mario Kart is bullshit. Because, like, if you had gotten, like, a coin, you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yes.
You needed, like...
I needed a projectile. Okay.
Or, like, a boost and a projectile.
Yes. Basically, people in his comment section were trying to discuss that this Mario Kart apparently is the most egregious when you drift with speedballs. And because this Mario Kart has wide roads to compensate for 24 drivers, the speed loss you get from drifting is apparently too much of a speed loss. I don't want to pass her, I don't want to pass her. Now I want to pass. Bye, bitch. This game, apparently, the speed loss you get from drifting is too much of a speed loss. And most people said because of how wide the curves are, not drifting, you're actually going to maintain full speed instead of the drop-off. of turning without drifting, because when you're turning without drifting, that basically means you're actually, in general, better off on most of these curves. And most people are like, the actual real reason that people seem to win doing this, where they don't drift as much, and yet they seem to be kicking ass, is because when you're not drifting, you're not losing speed. Because in this game, the speed loss from drifting is a little bit too great on most curves, where you need to learn to play like how people learned in 8. There's a lot of curves, if you don't drift, it is actually faster, and the one dude's video even talks about that a little bit. Though, the thing about his video, because I feel like you do need to do what he didn't, where you need to do tricks and stuff, because he's like, oh, when you're not drifting, you'll never maintain a lead. And yeah, outside of stupid shit...
Like, look at the lead you guiding, because you guide that lead through having a lot of tricks, and you have...
Because the other thing he did wrong, I'll just say it, this only works with speed characters.
No, it works the best with speed characters.
No.
You can do it!
You can do it with anyone, but characters with a higher top speed are faster.
Characters with higher
Look
top...
at my lead!
Yeah. Characters with higher top speed, or, if not higher top speed, seemingly a good terrain speed for whatever terrain is used. Like, because this has a lot of dirt and sand, with those being considered...
The one dude in the
like,
I
think when I was trying this stuff on my own, I think I beat this with the cow, because of a cow's terrain speed on, like, dirt and stuff, and...
The one dude used the Wario build, who basically sort of helped popularize this nonsense. And the thing is, like, this works better in Knockout Tour, because Knockout Tour is one continuous race.
Yeah.
Where you can get a lead, and you can maintain a...
Though, because you sort of got hit onto the boost pad, that boost pad serves as a good recovery, so...
When doing this... I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. When doing this, and I know you could say, oh, our testing doesn't really prove anything, but at the same time, it's like... food... Oh, supercharged.
Oh, we got a new one. Well, at least we got that out of this.
Basically, in the Grand Prix... Good, perfect timing. In the Grand Prix, the reason this doesn't work as well is because... Grand Prix takes away your lead because you start fresh. Whereas in a Knockout Tour, you get to do everything continuously.
Well, and not just Grand Prix takes out, like, not just Grand Prix removes your lead, the other thing is after the first race, every race after that is a rolling start, so because every race after that is a rolling start, the other racers are literally, like, right behind you.
Risk a drift. Especially because this is super tight. I had a kind of decent lead. I could risk a drift.
Wait.
I know, this is risky, but, like...
Also, is that too...
Hold on. Damn it.
Say, damn it's right there!
No, that's right!
Oh! Wait, does this race have two normal daisies, or is that Daisy and Baby?
It's Daisy and Baby.
Oh, yeah, Baby and regular. Wow, she's a better driver as a toddler.
Okay! Whew. on, I'm gonna try to quickly
Ooh.
explain the two things that people said because they're true. The night drifting is better in Knockout Tour because Knockout Tour is one long race. When you maintain a lead in Knockout Tour,
because it's one continuous race, you'll keep your acceleration and speed.
Yeah.
And coins. You keep all of those.
Meaning, if you ass pull and front run in Knockout Tour, you start gaining miles.
Yes.
The one motherfucker tested in Grand Prix.
Remember, we had on
Grand Prix is tighter.
Remember, on footage we had, it was like, oh no, Blue Shell's going to lose, and then it like fizzles out. It was like, were we so far ahead that actually did the?
After 30 seconds, Blue Shells go away. So I had enough of a lead.
Possibly had enough of a lead, or it got stupid and went out of bounds.
Knockout Tour is better for this trick because Knockout Tour is one continuous race. Where once you maintain a lead, that's the thing. You keep maintaining. Grand Prix, which the one dude was testing in, Grand Prix is worse for this trick because you can't maintain a lead
as easily.
Because Grand Prix keeps resetting. Everyone ends up even with you. You lose your coins, you lose your lead.
The wall does reset because every race after the first is a rolling start, which is that start where you're already moving. I do wonder if characters in the rolling start actually are building up acceleration or not.
It's not the point. I'm gonna finish my thought, and I'm ending this damn recording. Because I said 150 would be single recordings because we sat here for a fucking hour.
Good.
But I want to make arguments against the one dude's video and state my logic, because I couldn't really hold the point, because a lot of it got lost, because I'm not showing failed attempts, I'm just showing the successful. He tested? Like...
Also, because we have it was the name Supercharged. That's a reference to the fucking Skylanders design.
Yeah.
Because the crossover game with Superchargers and the logo had an engine in it.
I might quickly do something in free roam to keep my crap. Wish this game had a more traditional save, so I could save between crap, because you cut the game off. So, we might do one, like, just a P-switch or some shit.
God,
What?
If we find a random P-switch, it's one of those, God, I hope it's not a mission that's a pain in the
ass. Yes. Even, like, then I'm driving around, I can make my point, and we'll just throw in a bonus P-switch, and I can just leave this... Oh, there's the P-switch. Little ramble in. Okay. Tag on endurance challenge. Okay, so this is literally just
survive.
2 laps, touch checkpoints. I can try to hold
Okay, good. This should be relatively straightforward, and because it's technically just surviving and shit, you want because there isn't a ring. I think you're supposed to continue curving. Yeah, that's what the retry is for. It's what the retry is for, and you can drift again.
Yes. And then I can try to make my point. We found a P-switch. I just want the game to save. Because didn't know where to go. But basically, Knockout Tour is infinitely better. Next. Yep. Curved off, that's fine. This is fine. Knockout Tour is infinitely easier for the not drifting. Because once you maintain a lead... That's it, you maintain a lead. And basically, because you maintain a lead, you start to get more and more of a lead, and the game basically can't fucking stop you. Whereas the Grand Prix is a scenario in which, yeah, it's just like 2 laps and we're ready to go now. It doesn't matter what position I'm in. So this will be easy and I can hold my point. Grand Prix, drift. Yeah, way easier because I can just drift it. Because it's a challenge, so I can drift again. I don't care. I'm not trying to win, they said survive. And the thing about surviving, I just need... Then I can make my point and end off. To survive, I just need to make it to the gate. $10 seconds, 15 seconds. I get a boost time or some shit. Yep. 7, 6, 5, 4, 9. It doesn't matter. Okay, that'll save the game. But I'm gonna drive around for just a second. Just kind of pause, talk. Say my point. Okay. Grand Prix resets the character and treats each course as its own self-contained thing. Meaning you cannot front run as hard because you lose the lead since it's not continuous, and it makes it hard to maintain a lead since every track you need to get back up in first. The guy did like 50 races, but he only did Grand Prix. And that's, first of all, a problem, because Grand Prix, the reason it doesn't work for this as well, because each track resets everyone, you can't maintain leads. Because you can't maintain leads, while they're less aggressive, you still need to basically get into first, and there's less of an overall advantage, because it's not like you have miles of race maintaining your lead. If you get in first, you're probably 5 to 10 seconds ahead at most. And he was doing an extreme version of not doing tricks at all, but you need to maintain some speed, so basic tricks are fine, and you need a heavy speed character, and everyone acting like, oh, drifting just takes too much speed. People are just realizing that turning without drifting is actually optimal in a game with giant roads. It's all placebo, you're all stupid, except as a lot of people said, the main level of aggression that gets fucked with, and people are like, this is super consistent. They're like, I don't drift, and I don't get bombarded by 50 million red shells. If I don't drift, I don't see items getting thrown at me a lot. I can front run, especially in Knockout Tour, and when you get just that little bit of RNG where the items align and let you get a lead, you can get such a lead in Knockout Tour. You can do the time reversal, dodge a blue shell, and still maintain it. You need a high speed character, and I am convinced that not drifting is making them dumber and less aggressive. And the main thing that seems to be happening is they don't throw items at you as much. And if the speed loss is true, then that's just adding to this, even though I think that's a little bit overblown. But there is always truth to the speed loss, and that would just be unintentionally adding to this because you're going to maintain full speed. And people tried to argue, no, it's a placebo. People are just turning on giant courses. basically, to really sum up, because I didn't get to say it, we didn't really get to discuss it, because I kept resetting, and I don't want to turn this into a long ramble, but I just want to say my point. What people said is, oh, on straightaways, you're driving straight and you're not moving. So, therefore, on a straightaway, there is no skill. You're literally driving straight. Anyone can drive straight, and if you're driving straight, you're going to maintain speed. If you do tricks, you're going to get little speed boosts. So, driving straight is basically you just holding the A button and nothing happens. So, of course, you would maintain a lead on straightaways. And there's a ton of straightaways, so that explains that. You're maintaining full speed, and the curves are so big, drifting slows you down too much, and most of these curves are actually faster if you don't drift. So therefore, it's a placebo, and you're actually unintentionally driving in an optimal way that most of you never would have. Because in your mind, you think drifting is good, but drifting is actually bad because the speed loss of drifting is only useful if you can compensate and corner tighter to offset the speed loss. And people are like, with extensive testing, it actually turns out most of the roads in this game, drifting is slower. Like the example he gave in Mario Kart 8. Oh, here's a time trial. As you can see, drifting is actually slower. Even though I think what is going on is the CPUs don't shoot shit at you as much. And because they're not throwing shit as much, you don't get hit as often. Because you can notice, even in the Grand Prix, even though it's a tighter race, when I wasn't drifting, I barely got hit. I start drifting, I get hit more. And that is fucking consistent. And you can say it's a placebo or just timing, but as soon as I start drifting, I get hit more. When I'm not drifting, I don't get hit nearly as much. I would have the ass protect just in case. And I would barely lose my crap. I would only get hit more if I'm kind of in the middle of the pack, or if it's closer. About to do my outro. I hate rambling too long, but I think I said my piece there. I do think there is an aggression system, but I do think people misunderstand how the system works. It's infinitely better in Knockout Tour, because Knockout Tour is a long stretch of road. Sounds like it's storming anyway. Whereas Grand Prix reset you so that lead is harder to maintain. Or they storm coming? I will try to super truncade bunch of points. If you enjoyed the content, subscribing to the channel helps. And that can help way more than people think it does. Subscribing really does do a lot. Liking a video, leaving a comment. That adds to YouTube's algorithm. Watch time is a big one. So if you're here, just, thank you for that. But we also have a Patreon. It's normally linked in the pinned comment and the video description. Lowest tier is $1. The higher tiers are $2 and $3. You can figure those out if you read the descriptions, but if you need me to explain some stuff more clearly, feel free to ask, but I think I explained those well enough. I would like some extra money because I wanted to buy some hard drives and stuff, but that's not really necessary. I was looking at around $1,000 worth of hard drives, so I can have several years worth of storage. And I wanted to do some stuff, but I don't want to sound like I'm begging for money. Every dollar helps. I'm not trying to nickel and dime people. And there's other links in the pinned comment and the video description. I'm even starting to use Reddit and actually focus a community around the channel and just giving adults a place to kind of be a little bit open and vent. And I've started putting a warning that like the Discord and the Reddit are more intended for adults. And because they have 18 plus warnings, any child that slips into those, that is not my fault. And YouTube can't give me shit since that's off their site and it's nothing illegal. And when you dip into a Discord or like a Reddit that's 18 plus, even if it's linked from a video, as long as I have a warning, it's like I'm just gonna start warning people. So you can't get on my ass. I'm just trying to focus this community more to adults because this is not really a child-friendly community. I would love to see people in the Discord so I could get that going and have some discussions. The Reddit, if you want to post some stuff and maybe create some fun topics and have a different place to be free, but I'm trying to keep the shilling down. I don't like rambling too much. I'm just trying to get people in order while also covering my ass. You have been warned, and the site's warn as such. It's just adult-focused things that meet the rules of adult-focused communities, and they are labeled as such. So children getting in would be met with a, "Are you 18?" And if you lie, that is on you, that is not on me, as people lie, because if you put a, warning, but I'm starting to ramble too much. Anyway, I'm going to do proper outro. I think we just hit the fucking flower top. Alright. Yep, okay, I have to make sure. Oh god. This has been the 100cc flower cup video. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. Dude, just a couple takes. This has been the 100cc flower cup video. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. This has been the 100cc flower cup video. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. it's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, I thought this topic would be interesting. How many of you also watched that one video and basically agree with the point I was trying to make? But unfortunately, I had to truncate multiple times because I lost so many times that by the time I got to a successful attempt, I was pissed off at repeating myself for basically what amounted to about an hour. I truncated all of the points I was trying to make. And the points I was trying to make basically amount to this. I feel like the one guy did the one strategy wrong because he basically stayed in the back, never did tricks, never tried to do anything cool or interesting on top of never drifting, and basically used one of the worst characters to use for that trick. And he was in a Grand Prix, because that automatically makes this trick harder anyway. I feel like this trick works, but you need a high speed character. You need to front run, and you need to do basic tricks to gain a basic speed boost. And even then, you need some RNG to basically play nice. I feel like him being in the back was never the point. And I feel like him arguing, it must be a placebo because he was basically in the back. And the game didn't seem to be rock stupid. Misses the point of how I quantify the trick, which is the game is rock stupid because the less elaborate stuff you do, the less the game seems to actually be aggressive. But that basically means you need to front run. And if you front run and the game is rock stupid, you can keep a lead, and that's how you win. Staying in the back was never intended to be how this strategy worked, because the one video that made this strategy popular was someone using a heavy speed build, and they would front run, because I really do feel like there is adaptive AI and it's based on aggression, where if you're not drifting, it does seem like the AI is less likely to target you. And the reason in the loser bracket I left in a lot of very long clips was to basically show off something that you could say is happenstance, but it is consistent, where it feels like the moment I actually drift is the moment I see a lot more items or a character is able to pass me. And I do think that is a problem. And I seriously do mean that. I feel like that isn't happenstance because it always seems to fucking happen. As soon as I start actually drifting, it feels like the game unloads all of its items and bombards me with bullshit. I feel like there is adaptive difficulty where if you're not drifting, the AI is less aggressive. Even after they toned the AI down, it still feels like that system is in the game. But this question is more about whether or not you agree or disagree with the one video. Because I feel like his video was basically bad because he did not do the strategy correctly, he should have been front running. And if he was front running and did basic tricks, but basically decided not to drift, on average, I feel like he would have been hit way less, because it feels like him basically staying in the back was not at all a good way to test the one theory, since the theory said you need to front run, because it was a way to more easily win, and it was also a strategy focused more specifically on knockout tours and not the Grand Prix, because in a knockout tour it is one continuous race. So when you get a lead in a knockout tour, they don't reset you, because as you pass the gates, those basically act as an elimination checkpoint, but the game doesn't stop you. So if you build up a lead in a knockout tour, it becomes really hard to lose it, especially if you abuse this adaptive AI system. Because you'll notice, once you start getting a good lead, you rarely lose it. And if everything played out correctly, even if you do the time reversing and dodge a blue shell, you don't lose that much of your lead and can usually correct everything and get your lead back in order. But in a Grand Prix, the margins are tighter. And because that guy was testing in a Grand Prix and using a build that goes against the common recommendations for the one adaptive difficulty aggression level trick, I feel like he failed in all of his testing. But I am basically rambling. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.